Life in past was far better than life in the past was far better than life at present. I completely see eye to eye with this topic, just because of in a past life, it means early 1950s. So we used to get a lot of things. I have heard so many stories from my grandparents, that at that point in time there was a lot of environmental stability. Now we can see that what the environment is facing day by day. There are globalization, at the same time global warming, pollution is increased day by day. So it not only harm the environment but also the human beings. We can see very clearly that human are, due to the pollution, the medical cases, the health issues, increasing day by day, and at the same time mental health issues are also there, just because of the stress level, just because of the competition, the rat race, what we are going through, that is increasing also. But in earlier day there was also safe, peaceful environment, so that everybody can enjoy themselves. There was a lot of family
Miss Chakraborty,
bondings,
I would like
rather than
to ask a question, single question. So you were telling about the security and all of this. Just one question from my side that nowadays you can just go anywhere freely, right? As an woman.
so
Uh,
what do you mean? In earlier
no,
days
no,
there
let
was
me
no.
complete, please. So if you are just coming on the point of security, that time it was very secure, and
No, I'm
now
not
it's
talking about
not.
security. You didn't hear it properly.
No, I will pick up what is giving me profit, right? What is profitable for me, I'll take it. So that's why I'm just asking that if you are telling that the nature is very good, I know maybe the nature is good, but nowadays we are inventing a lot of things to make ourselves like to create a good life for ourselves. Sorry. Okay. So I think it's very important to know that live today, not yesterday, not tomorrow. It's very important to note that quote, because if you think that you will, the past is good, yeah, of course, everything. The past is also a present time for you, right? It's also present once upon a time, and now it's became considering, like we are considering that time as past. So it's very natural to know that the moment is good, not the whole time of the past, from your past.
I feel that you are highlighting the point of technology, right? So in this case, I also gonna say that in today's generation, technology are going in the wrong hands. You see, in the
You are taking
after
that, you are taking
just
that.
let me finish, Miss Falta, please.
Okay, go ahead.
After the COVID-19 pandemic, every children is getting all the access of mobile phone, and of course they are using it badly. They are using it wrong purpose. They are playing Free Fire, PUBG, Blue Whale. There are lots of banned games, and that's why they are hampering their own health. So you think that it is good?
It's if you're just saying that point, that online things, like if you're just using the cell phones, they know how to just handle the cell phone on the right way. They can, because if you just like a coin has two
They are at
sides,
their adolescence period. They do not
but
have
they
that
don't
type of
know
maturity. So
that
how they can
they will
use
learn
it
from their
properly?
mistakes. They will learn from their mistakes. If you're asking about if you're just telling about those gaming things, like just go and search.
Not only gaming things, but also
No,
there
no,
are
gamings. If you're think
gaming things
game,
one of them, but there are a lot of things that they
you
shouldn't
can
do
you can
on.
also consider them. The online purpose is serving a lot of people to just join the companies from abroad, anywhere. They can just connect them from their own home.
I'm not talking about the people who are adults. I'm talking about the children, because from children they
from
are learning. No, from their
if you on
childhood.
that, okay, okay, in that pandemic, okay, in the period of that the COVID-19, so we are just locked in our rooms, right? So we are isolated, But one thing that can give you a bit of refreshment, the mobile phone. Why? You can video call your friend who is not near to you, right? You can do that. You have to just see things in a positive way, not the negative way. If you're considering the past as a like a bad thing, you have to learn from the situation, because the situation will teach you what to do and what not to.
So after the COVID-19 pandemic, you are telling that in the COVID-19 pandemic, everybody was video calling their friends and just
You didn't? Now
gossiping.
let me ask you. You didn't?
I cannot remember now. Maybe I
Okay.
did. So after the pandemic, they are so involved in the phone, and they are not frequently come from home to play, to hang around their friends.
Come,
And
come,
means
come. Okay.
means their cricket. There are lots of outdoor games. They
Okay.
are not frequently doing so. They are online. There are various gaming platforms.
Okay.
So they are
They're
playing the
developing.
games.
No, no. If
So
you're
do you
just
think that that is also harmful for their brain, for their
why?
immature brain?
No, it's can be harmful, but they can learn it if the parents are good, of course. If the parents are just telling them or just learning, no, this is not a good way to spend your time without studying, without playing outside games. It's really I'm just agree to you, okay, on that particular basis. But if I just watch, if you just notice them, those games, it was developed in a great way. Those talents are hidden in the past time. At the past time, it was hidden.
First of all, the gaming platforms not only just a game. After that, it also means developing
You
at a
told
betting
about
platform.
Bluewell. I think, if I'm not wrong, the it was not in that pandemic situation. It was not created in the pandemic situation. It was before. Okay, create.
I'm just addressing the as instances, right? So not only
Learning from yesterday and apply it today, it's very important, because if you didn't apply them, you're just wasting your time just thinking about the past, because past is past. It will not gonna come back. If, like, I love my childhood period, I love my school when I was in that standard 10. It was very good, of course, but it's not best, man. Life is learning us a lot of things. We have to adapt from them what is good for us, what is best, because life, every moment is really precious for us. So you have to consider them as equally precious, maybe a tip of, a bit of up and down, but you have to consider them as a precious, because you're breathing at your present. That's the important
The
thing.
complexities of life. These days, you know very well, life is full of complexities, and as a result of these complexities, it is very difficult for people to live their lives in a smooth way. And for that reason only, there are a lot of cases of suicide, you see. Young boys and girls are unable to tackle the burden of life. And for that reason only, they are doing the Dutch. What do you want to say about that?
So doing the Dutch is, I think, it's itself is a crime. It's a sin, and if we
That's
just
not our issue.
no,
That's
no,
not
yeah.
our headache. Indeed. We are simply concerned here about the safety and security of the children. We are talking about the complexities of life. As you were saying that life these days is much more enjoyable. You have told they are referred to the cell phones and you have referred to such gadgets
Yep.
that technology has gifted us. But what about the mental peace? What about the physical health? You know very well these days a lot of diseases are there which were not heard of in the past. You know how many cases of cancer you will find these days. In the past, it was very rare, far few and far between. So, what do you want to say about that? You know, technology has given you something, and of course, it has taken away in return your peace, your mental peace, your health, and such things. What do you want to say about that?
Sir, if I just wanna just a minute. Okay, so if we told about the um the health issues, I think it's for our own habit. Of course, we are just playing with our health every day because we are just going out and taking those foods. It's not good for us. And
You're
if
bound to.
yeah,
Because of the hustle and bustle of the modern life, it is very difficult for us to find a lot of time to invest in the kitchen. Because you see, in your family, your father and mother both are working, and it is very important for your parents to work in order to earn money, or else it's difficult for them to run the family, even to make both ends meet. Now, you are bound to take the junk food in order to quell your hunger.
if you're telling about the mental peace, I think because we are not surrounded by those joint families. I think joint family is very important.
That's what I mentioned. No,
What?
that people are nowadays going abroad and they're leaving their parents at the old age home, at the old age house, whatever you can say. And
You can't
don't
say
you
it,
don't
it's
you
not.
think, just
Not.
let me finish,
Okay,
let me
go,
one
go ahead,
not
go ahead.
letting me finish, man.
Yeah.
Just they are they are leaving their parents in the old age home, and after that they are going to abroad, so that there are few joint families, hardly we can see joint families. So how we can share our
You
problems
know,
to them, and gain our peace.
actually, you know what? Joint families are very important, but I think the relations between them is very important than to be in a joint family. Doesn't matter if you're just brought up in a nuclear nuclear family, but it's very important for you to get the knowledge and get the the behavior, how to
So
do
do
your
you think
morality
that
is
behavior to leave your parents at the old age home when they are incapable of
no, no,
taking
no,
care of
no.
themselves is good?
Yeah,
But
it's
in
no, no,
earlier
no,
days,
no.
in the past days, life, we don't used to get we don't used to see those things.
In the
There are
past
joint
days, on the
families, there are
past, no, no,
kind of
at the
bonding.
past time, the the males, those males are doing everything, and what they're saying, that's of course that will be like they're the cash cow of our home.
I agree.
That time, but nowadays the girl can go out and they can just get a job they want. They can say what they want. Actually, they can express themselves.
Okay, so what is the problem then?
The problem what? So, my goodness.
Nowadays, the girls are
Going.
going out, and they are getting their desired jobs, means they are harmful to the family. They are
No, 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 no,
incapable of
I
taking
didn't.
care of their parents.
Sorry.
That's what I'm trying to
No,
make
just
sure
come
you are
again,
not
please.
getting my point.
Okay, just come again.
I have told that every children nowadays, it's very frequent, and you can see that they are going to abroad, and they are just leave their parents at the old age home. So if they are getting a job, then they can find job within India, so that they can take care of parents. But they are not doing so. They are
You're
getting
not
more
you're not thinking.
opportunities.
If you are
Have to
just
grab more
considering that
opportunities.
old age home as the song of Nochiketa's song, it was wrong. But if you can consider the old age home as a friendly way to gathered with other old parents,
But
that's
don't you think that parents or the old people will be more comfortable, will be more loved when they are surrounded by their own child?
that's okay. But sometimes it's
But
not.
Nishita, what about the oppression meted out to women in the past? There was no law in favor of women in the past. These days, there are a lot of laws. There are a lot of rules to protect women. And for that reason, they live a much freer life than before. What do you want to say about that? You
Sir,
being a woman, feel this of course. You were also a woman. You know very well you had been in the 1930s. You know it was also for you to come here to learn spoken English. Your parents shouldn't allow you. It would be difficult for you to come out of your home in the evening. Parents shouldn't allow it because of the oppression meted out to female children in those days.
But
What do you want to say about that?
sir, Dr. Kadambini Ganguly was also a first medical person or a doctor who made it happen.
She
So
had to face a lot of operations. She had to face a lot of hurdles, and then she was successful. How many girls can succeed under those circumstances?
but according, I mean, when
You get
we
the example of one or two girls in the past. These days, you will find in every household there is a woman who is receiving higher educations. So, don't you think these days the number has been multiplied?
But sir, though the number is multiplied, but still the earlier days they are they're trying to get the opportunities. But nowadays everything
Parents used to
is so.
get their daughters married off before reaching puberty. When the girl was 13 or 14 years of age, the parents used to look for a suitable match for their daughters. And they had to spend the rest of their lives in the kitchen of somebody else's house. So what do you want to say about that? The life for a woman was very, very difficult in those days. Whereas nowadays, you have the freedom, you can study as much as you want. Your parents will not, of course, force you into marriage. So what do you want to say about that?
But sir, there was also a bonding within the family, so that they won't feel lonely. They in nowadays every girl or every woman needs to go to their husband's home and make that person home own, means the girl have to say that my husband home is my home. In earlier days that rule is similar, means that there is no change, but
Do you know
still.
a girl in the past they used to be married to a man of 60 or 70 years of age? And when the man died, the woman, the girl, was forced to live the life, the hard, difficult life of widow. She had to get her head shaved. Sometimes she had to get her hair cut short. She was not allowed to consume any non-vegetarian dish. So what do you want to say about that? That operation, as if she felt that it was very hellish for her. Life was hellish.
Sir, Ishwarchandra Vidyasagar, who was a great educator, he started I cannot recall the name, means the widow marriage.
We do marriage.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, that is how they can remarriage, or they can marriage a person once again, and they can
But
continue
how
their
many widows
life.
did this? In fact, because they thought that it was a sin to marry again after the death of the husband. They regarded consumption of non-vegetarian dishes a sin. So that they couldn't do that because they would be outcast. They would be ostracized from the society.
But
They did this theoretically. Vidyasagar did it theoretically, but it was not practical. It was not found practically. So what do you want to say about that? But these days you know very well what sort of liberty women enjoy.
yeah, I'm getting your point, but still I want to say that they are also some of the girls, or
If
some of
certain
the
incidents, if certain evidence is, you are not giving any evidence. You are simply saying that like an orthodox, you are saying that no, life in the past was good. How it was good, how it was better. You have to prove that by supplying the audience with a lot of instances.
sir, that's all I can say, that in the past there was a balance between the human and the environment, so that everything is peaceful and mentally good. And nowadays, there are lots of
Good
hustle
in
and
which
bustle.
respect? Good in which respect? I have told you a lot of examples. So you please come up with a lot of examples. Otherwise,
Yeah.
how is it possible for you to count the points that I'm trying to put forward to you? Please tell me. I'm glad to hear.
Yes, sir.
You know very well in the past there was no law supporting women, and so for that reason only they were deprived of their father's property. After the marriage of the girl, the father's property
Dowry or
yes,
some.
no, I'm not talking about dowry. I'm simply talking about the deprivation. The women were deprived
Okay.
of their father's property. The brothers only enjoyed this. But these days, you know, there is a rule that if a woman, even after marriage, wants a certain part, certain share of the father's property, she is entitled.
Sir, we know very well that life is not a bed of roses. So there are some cases where you may find that past life was harsh, and there are a lot of cases where you may find that present life is harsh. We just I'm just trying to say that the past life was far better than I'm comparing to it just because
Past life
of
was
it.
far better than the present life.
Yes.
That is the subject matter. Yes, some points are there. You are saying that I'm just showing you some points, but if you see that the odds against it will weigh heavier.
So there are lots of health issues as you have told that I completely agree with that. Let's talk about current affairs, Ankita.
So
Just
There
in
one.
this respect, the present life is not so enjoyable.
present
In this
life
respect,
is
that's why you have bypassed this point. You have switched over to some other point. You are trying to just bypass this point which has been raised by me. That is there you accept that life in the past was far better.
life was past was better.
But you have not accepted the point. So in one respect at least life was not better.
No, life was better.
How is it? Then why are you bypassing that? Why are you hurrying to switch over to some other point? First settle this particular point, this apple of this fork.
Um, at the discussion of women safety, so I feel when in earlier days when women is at their homes means there are lots of villages and there are lots of abandoned places in the rural areas. So it's very difficult for a woman to just go
So
through.
life was not better for them.
It was
Accept it.
difficult. No, no, sir. Just let me explain. It was just difficult for them. So it's better for them to stay at their own homes until and unless their husband comes, so that they can
Husband by
make the
husband, it means a
safety.
60-year-old man or a 70-year-old man. The husband, a he-man of 70 years of age.
Well, sir,
She rely on that husband.
that's the reality. That
The
was the
husband
reality.
himself was suffering from a lot of physical issues. So how was it possible for the husband to protect his wife? The husband himself was medically unfit at the age of 70 years old.
But sir, there are lots of other members. No, I told that there are joint families and there are lots of members who can look after the girl who was newly
So
married.
she had to cook for a lot of people throughout the day.
Uh,
Now a woman has to cook for 2 or 3 people only in the family, whereas in the past a woman had to cook for say 10 or 12 people.
But there-
It was easier,
but
in your opinion.
but there are lots
So
of
there was no technological advancement at that time, and there was no micro oven in those days. There was no induction heater, so it was very difficult for the women. Even there was no gas, the cooking gas. So people had to use, of course, the earthen oven. They had to
but sir,
stoke it with coal, with cow dung cakes, and life was better. Still, life was better.
but sir, there were lots of members in the family who can help her to just
Male
chop the
members do not
vegetables.
help.
Male not
members
sir.
fought it.
Male
Only the woman.
women was there. No, say for example the other sisters and brothers of the no only sisters of the husband, so they can help they can help the newly married girl. And at the same time I want to share an experience.
They
I,
could help.
once
They could help. But did they? That's the question. Because our daughter-in-law was supposed to bear the entire responsibility of the kitchen.
but when
As you come to know from old movies, if you watch old movies, you will see there what is happening. Okay, even if you read the old scripture, sorry, it's not scripture, literature, old literature, there you will see what sort of operation the woman had to face in those days. They had to undergo this huge operation. But still, you are saying the life in the past was better.
yes, sir. And
Sir,
sir, I wanna share some experience. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I have been a rural area of maybe it was it was in Hooghly or out in
However, that's not a big deal.
yeah. So there I just get to taste the food. Means they are burning lots of wood, and they are just inserting them, and they are increasing the flame, just adding more woods, and that's why how the
So
process was
life was
going.
very enjoyable for that
No,
woman.
no. I feel that that's so fascinating, and the taste of the
Or
food.
1 or 2 days very fascinating. If you go on a picnic somewhere and cook in that fashion, it is very enjoyable. But if it is your daily job, if you have to get up in the morning and get into the kitchen with coal so that you can stoke the oven, and of course there will be the smoke billowing out of the oven, you would have to be exposed to that carbon monoxide. Would be very enjoyable, you think, on a daily basis, not once or twice a year.
But sir,
Sir, one thing I just wanna say that she told about the women who helped those girls in the past days. Let me tell you, while the practice of sati, those girls are instead. Sorry, they are just telling that girl to go and burn with your dead husband.
but
That's the harsh thing of the past.
we know
But
very
she
well,
says
Ramon.
that's
You know very well, then why are you saying? Just go and tell those girls who was a victim of that practice of sati. No, no, you are very good and you get a life of heaven, right? Go tell. Go.
We're destined to suffer. But still, she wants to stick to her point. She wants to say that no, life in the past was better. Okay, let us switch over to another point. I think you are very eager to switch over to some other point. So let us do that now. You know about the health and hygiene.
Yes, sir.
These health facilities. Nowadays, the health facilities are available. Even in the far off villages, you will find there is a hospital.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in those days, in villages, there was no hospital at all. So all the suffering people who used to suffer had to come to the city from that place. Even not many ambulances were there. In any way, there was no ambulance at all. So they had to be transported by a bullock cart.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
to
Yes,
the
sir.
city,
I know.
for their treatment. So, but still, you say the life was very enjoyable.
But sir,
How many people died of cholera? Can you imagine? Cholera. How many people died of typhoid? Can you imagine? How many people died of plague? Can you imagine the plague? So all these things took place in the past. And lots of people died. Many more people than at the time of COVID-19.
yes, sir.
But still, life is better.
The means the number of those patients were than today's. Less than today's means
That is because of the overall population. Because of the overall population. Nowadays, there are 140 crore of people in our country, whereas in the past, there were 33 crore only. So you can understand the difference very well. For that reason, the statistics, if you go statistically, you will see the number was smaller. So that doesn't prove that life in the past was far better than the life at present.
but still I believe that life.
If you're talking about the medical issues, let me tell you nowadays, as for those diseases are increasing, but the medicines also developing themselves. It was invented day by day. It was
Let's talk about the cancer. Let's talk about cancer.
Go ahead.
If any patient is find it that the cancer stage is
Diagnosed with.
yes diagnosed with cancer, and the doctor find it at the last stage, so it is possible for the doctor by applying all the technologies to save that
Person's life.
person's life.
But if you are just considering that particular state, it's maybe impossible because if you are,
So why you're telling that medicine can
that
do anything?
particular thing I'm saying, if you just go to the medical hospitals, medical college, you may watch a lot of patients, suffering from cancers. They are going and taking those treatments, pursue those treatments, but you know what there what is the thing, I think it's very important to stay positive, and the medicines, you are applying those medicines, but you have to just to hold some hopes, just hold your horses, it's better.
Holding my horse is not cure my disease.
No, no, no. Of course, if it was in the first stage, or maybe it can be cured in a medical, ways. It can be, but it's not possible for the doctors. They are not, God. They are not almighty to survive everybody. Okay, they will try, but it depends on the situation. So, on the situation or at the situation.
Depend on.
But at the point in time, I just say that in the past life there was there was a lot of healthier food or healthier crops there.
But
Yeah,
on that
organic food.
on that time the population was less. Let me
Population
clarify.
was less, so increasing day by day population is also not good.
No, we want food, man. We don't want those healthy things. We want food to survive.
I'm taking that example.
Go ahead. Go
By
ahead.
due to the population, they are applying lots of fertilizers and pesticides to the land, to the crop, and for that reason that is not organic at all, that is
Becoming
unhygienic.
carcinogenic.
Yes, and unhygienic food they are consuming, and for that reason also they are facing health issues. So what do you want to talk about that?
Of course, if you're just talking about the pesticides and all of this, it was also developing themselves a lot. It was not
It
healthy
wasn't.
at
It wasn't. And the
no, no.
worms, the earthworms, they are also dying, and the ecology
Getting
that is also disturbed, and the
These
quality
are the
of
vital points.
that is also
Counter her.
crop, that is also the land, the quality of the land, that is also decreasing.
Okay.
So everything
But
is in
nowadays,
geological term. You will find that everything is deteriorating day by day.
but if you're just telling that maybe 10 years back, what the situations you are telling, those pesticides was really like hell that time, because those has a lot of side effects for our health, for the our economic ecosystem, of course. But nowadays it was those scientists, everyone is trying to develop those things in a natural way to develop the
Antika, you know very well that it is being feared that very soon we human beings will run short of drinking water.
Hmm.
This
Yes.
is the present issue. And people are going crazy about that. If we are short of drinking water, how is it possible for life to survive? We are talking about the present times.
yeah.
So that's why I have brought it to your notice.
Okay. Thanks for that point, sir. And like, as we're mm, the populations are going high, if the drinking, I think it's really the karma of our past. Why I'm telling, I would like to clear it up, because at the past period we are wasted a lot of water. That's true.
That didn't matter much.
Yeah, we did that.
Land area was more at the time because nowadays you will find everywhere there is a concretization.
Yes.
The concrete jungle is there, and as a result of that, water is not being able to be recycled. Water is being drained out, and that is being wasted simply, and that water is unable to go down to the lower level of the earth, under the earth rather, where that can be purified. Nowadays, all the people have to depend entirely or desperately on purifiers, like aqua garden, such things. So in the past, they didn't have to use that. In how many households there was a purifier? There was no purifier invented even. And so it was not necessary. People used to just take water, plain water from the tube oil, and they used to drink that water. And it was very tasty. Believe me, if you go to any village now, still there is a deep tube well perhaps. There, if you take a glass of water and drink during summer, you will feel very cooled. And the taste of the water is also superb. Whereas now, if you take this water, purified water, you will see that it is caustic. You will not enjoy drinking that water. You just buy a bottle of mineral water and drink this, you will feel that your thirst is not satisfied, as it were. But in the past, it was not necessary. So, what do you want to say about that? If you see that water, which is a nominal need of human life, which is the basic need of human life, you are being deprived of. So if you are deprived of the basic needs, how is it possible for you to live a better life these days?
So though we did a lot of things at the past, so we have to weather the storm. As
That's
I
why I'm saying, if you weather the storm, then
Yeah.
your life is a prosperity.
No, actually, I think as much
Then you have to,
I
then you have to weather the storm.
yeah, weather the storm
Why
in
you
a
have to weather
sense.
the storm? When you cannot protect yourself against the storm, you can weather the storm, or you have to weather the storm.
Yeah.
So if you do that, you cannot say that your life is smooth sailing at the time, because when there is a gusty wind, there is a storm raging about, you cannot say that, oh, I enjoy living my life very much in the midst of stormy weather.
Sir, if we just think that enjoy word as a dictionary meaning, I don't think it's really right for this situation, because to as I've know that a lot of ways are taken to just hold the waters coming from rains, and they were just
I know what you're telling.
purifying
I
a
know
lot of
what you're
things, you know,
telling.
right?
She's
I
talking about Konga action plan, friends.
Ganga, no, sir.
There's a lot of
She's talking about that we have to develop our house in such a manner so that it can hold the rainwater, and the
It was
upper
given.
portion needs
Yeah.
to be narrow like this, and the rainwater will come down, and there was a purifier, and you can collect the rainwater.
Kind of
But-
this, kind
but
of this.
How many
No,
houses?
no, what I'm
are
saying, kind of
developing- are
this,
following
kind
this?
of this, because a lot of
What does Islam do? There are slum dwellers. How is it possible there are so many poor people in our country? Do we expect everybody to have some special arrangement for drinking water?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible? Is it feasible? Is it viable?
no, actually, sir, what she was telling, I would like to add one thing that like what the system was. I don't know actually. I'm not that much sure about that system, but there's a lot of
Special treatment to the water is important. That's what you mean. Some special treatment should be given to the water so that it becomes our drinking water.
yeah.
Otherwise, it's not possible.
It's
When we have to
purification.
do this, water is the gift of nature. If nature starts depriving you, how is it possible for you to live a very just a comfortable life? How can you say life is better now? When you see that nature is against you, nature is very hostile, harsh. Anytime there is a storm, nowadays every year there is a
Cyclone.
Cyclone also.
Yes, and now as a result of this, a storm is generally followed by a long period of power cut, and there is no water available anywhere at the time because most people live actually in apartment buildings. And now on the second floor, third floor, even on the topmost floor, they don't get any water because when there is a power cut, there is no pump to be operated.
Yes.
And if the pump is not operated, they cannot get the source of water. So how do you say that their life will be more enjoyable than in the past?
So that's why I think nowadays people are like to what it's called, I don't know the term, to build a lot of, no, to what is it called, put the trees,
Cutting the trees.
no,
Afforestation.
not, yeah, afforestation.
Afforestation.
Afforestation. There,
Afforestation is
deforestation.
No,
No, no.
Where do you plant?
Plant, sorry.
Where do you
Where
plant
is plant?
trees? Where is the space for that?
Everything is
Everywhere there are
concretized.
concrete things.
Yes.
But
Those are
sir,
also being concretized everywhere.
but the flowers also can grow up from that.
How many fields do you see in this particular area where you inhabit?
Sorry, sir.
Previously, earlier, children after returning from school used to go to some playground, and almost in every locality there was a playground. They used to play different games, they're outdoor games. And this way, there was kind of exercise for them. They used to just strengthen their muscle. But these days, you see, there is hardly any field in any particular locality. And as a result, it is not possible for the children to enjoy enjoy nature. They what they do, they after returning from school, they either run to a tutorial home in order to take private tuition from a teacher, or if they have time, they take the cell phone from their father or mother and they play certain games which do enormous harm to their health, both
Exactly.
physical and mental.
Sir, one thing I have to say that it's all about the problem of, because of the population.
Whatever be that
Population.
is the problem of today.
Yeah,
These days it is the problem.
Earlier days,
if
there
you
was
talk
not a
about the
problem.
population, then also it is against you, against your interest, because you are supporting, you are defending the modern times. The modern now there is a population explosion, and as a result, people are being deprived of so many things.
because sir, one thing that you're telling, no, about the grounds and all, because nowadays the people like those kids are going for their what is called coaching of their cricket.
Homes.
No, not about to learn cricket in a or foot.
But there,
No,
there is
no.
no so less.
You live in fool's paradise, my dear.
They
How
don't
many
have
children
any
do you see are
time.
going to a very renowned club where football or cricket they learn? I don't think there are many, of course, in this even in this locality.
Yes.
In a
Not
certain
many.
city, you will find perhaps one or two. After that, also you are saying the life at present is better than the life at past in the past.
Sir,
And
actually, we are breathing right now. That's the gift of mercy,
Whose mercy?
the gods. Mercy,
So
of
you have
course.
to live at the mercy of nature. Now,
but Avantika, you were
Nature
telling
was
that
created by the
afforestation.
Almighty. Nature was created by.
nature is our mother.
Yeah, of course.
So
So,
if nature is your mother and your mother is hostile to you, how is it possible for you to survive even? You are getting entangled in your own points, my dear.
But
Sir,
Avantika,
what
you
you
were
say?
telling that
Thank you very much.